SS Gentleman, Dean Alejandro. I'm 1 month post-op from top surgery, and a video I've really been wanting to do has been on my expectations versus reality from top surgery. And I've been waiting a little bit because as the days have passed, different things, of course, have changed. In 2013, I had a lumpectomy. So I had already known roughly what it was like to go under anesthesia, to go through doing the paperwork, roughly. Of course, it wasn't the same situation at all, but I still knew a little bit of what to anticipate compared to nothing at all. In my opinion, the scariest part about the whole thing is not knowing what to anticipate at all. Throughout it, of course, I made sure to buy almost everything that I could think of to prepare. Did as much as I really could, but of course there was a lot of things that I wasn't prepared for during surgery. So I wrote a list on my phone of everything that I wasn't able to do, probably as I was going through it in the time. So just from the beginning, right after post-op, of course I knew that, basically I knew I was going to be in pain. I knew that I was going to have to recover. I knew I wasn't going to be able to move. That was kind of the extent of it. Common sense kind of things. But for some reason, I don't know. I guess I didn't really think about all of the other things to do with it because I was so excited about getting the surgery done. So right after top surgery, I could not use any silverware. I had to use plastic utensils, plastic cups, plastic plates, anything to eat. It had to be plastic because I couldn't carry it. I don't think I was able to actually carry a real coffee cup or a cup until about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks post-op. And of course, this is my experience that's happened. In my personal opinion, I feel that it took me longer for some reason. In comparison to other people who have gotten top surgery, they were doing a lot of things quicker than I was. I'm not sure, again, but this is my experience based off what happened. It was really difficult to walk. That was really surprising for me. Every single step that I took, it was extremely, extremely painful. The car rides, extremely painful, especially coming back from surgery, with a 3-hour basic drive, and roads aren't that great at all. It was very difficult. Stairs, I didn't expect stairs or anything to be okay because in my past experience of having a lumpectomy, it didn't really affect me too much that I remember. But I have stairs at home. Stairs were a problem. Walking in general. Every step I took, I felt like it was just like boom, boom, like on my chest. It was so difficult. I couldn't use a seatbelt, because it was right there. I couldn't put anything on my chest at all. I couldn't, the two things that I really didn't expect, which is going to sound silly, was that I couldn't reach the ice maker in the freezer, and I couldn't hit the thermostat for the AC. Two things that you think are very simple, but I couldn't control the AC at all. I couldn't do anything. It made me completely dependent on Alexa, and she was a godsend for everything. Luckily, we were able to go ahead and afford to get her off work, so she was able to take care of me full-time, which was a job itself. Thanks, babe. So that was hard because in the state we live in, it's so hot. So that was something that I did not expect, not being able to control. The biggest thing that I had heard about was pooping. And I am not kidding. I could not poop. It took me over a week. It took me over a week. And by the time I was able to finally poop because of all the medications and everything else, it was the worst. That was the worst experience of my life. Like, hands down, that was the worst poop ever. I'm not going to go into detail now, it was like a 2-day recovery. That's what I'll say about that. If you want to know, I'll tell you, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Of course, I got button-ups. I went to Goodwill. I bought like button-ups for $2 or $3 each, so I was living through button-ups. You guys know already the compression vest that I was wearing for a long time. I did not breathe. I was wearing it constantly. That was really difficult. I was sick and tired of button-ups. I love button-ups. I was sick and tired of them. It was difficult to do anything. That was the biggest thing about recovering from top surgery, was that I could not get comfortable. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything because I could not get comfortable at all. And I was just exhausted, and waking up every 3 hours, like by the time you finally fall asleep, you're just waking up from pain or discomfort. It was just a really difficult experience. I couldn't open a car door. I couldn't close a car door. I couldn't open my front door. I couldn't lock my gate. I wasn't able to do the dishes until very recently because, again, picking the plates up and picking like pots up with water, a couple things that we take for granted. I still can't lift the trash out to take it out. I could not lift up. I had to basically scoot around. It was really difficult because I was basically like, think about, wrapping your arms to your side and not being able to use them at all or use your chest. I wasn't able to do anything for about basically 3 weeks. I was stuck in my bed, it's stir crazy, and I feel like I said that in my comparison to other people with their recovery, I feel like mine was slower physically recovering. I'm just now getting to the point with being a month post-op to where I can actually move around and I'm feeling more myself. With that being said, I also feel like it triggered my post-op depression later in dealing with other problems and everything else that I've had. So that's just been a struggle with, I'm so far along now in recovery that I feel like I should be further. But those are more so emotional, things that I'm dealing with. I tried to put on my first t-shirt over my head at 11 days, and I thought it was good, but I woke up the next day, I was swollen all over. I was in so much pain. So I didn't put my first t-shirt on for about 13 days post-op comfortably. Something that I really, really struggled with was that I felt like someone was tickling my armpit so much that I was in extreme pain. I couldn't move my arms that much, and I was just so swollen, like my lymph nodes all over, that I couldn't do anything. And this was really surprising to me because when I had my reveal in the mirror, I looked okay, so I didn't really think I would have dealt with some of the stuff that I did. And as you already know, the first time I saw my chest, I basically passed out. And to be honest, my reveal, when I looked at it the first time, I was like, what? I was so disappointed. Like, I've had so many people tell me that, it looks great, so on and so forth, but I looked down and, like, the swelling was so bad. It was almost worse than prior to surgery. So that was just something else that, I had to kind of deal with, while also feeling helpless because I couldn't do anything around the house. I couldn't work. I can't make money. I can't do anything. And the worst part is it's almost invisible, because by the time I was able to actually go out in public, you have people who are like, why aren't you doing anything? And it's like, me, how I am, I will physically push myself, and it actually jeopardizes my health. So I've had a couple of issues with that, but I mean, for the most part, I've been trying to just stay back completely. Of course, I couldn't take a shower by myself. I couldn't wash my hair, couldn't do my hair. I haven't gotten a haircut in a long time. I'm growing my hair out. Haven't shaved. But, you expect an event to happen, to have surgery, to go under, for this to happen. Everyone's results are completely different, but I was really surprised with how limited my mobility was because of my size, and I'm a smaller person. So even though I knew I was going to be limited, I didn't expect it to happen that much. And even now, I feel like I'm at a point now where I should have been 2 weeks post-op. So I'm struggling with it, but what can you do? I can only be visible about it, so that's why I'm here doing this. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hope you have a great day.